Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From Quicken Loans Arena, tonight the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls begin the game with the basketball. Bulls with the basketball. Rose from long range, and that's the stop they want to hear on the road.
Execution is everything. I love the sharpness and precision they came out with in that first possession.
Sexton to Rodney Hood. And he finishes at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, and it's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Jenny Osman rejects it, and he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
And he makes them both. Nance to Colin Sexton. Cavs with 4 to shoot, but great looking vision. Right side. It's rebounded by the Bulls. To Rose. DeAndre Ayton. Lets it fly from long range. Not that time. The follow won't go either. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Cavaliers. To Markkanen. Can't connect from inside. Sexton to Rodney Hood. Sexton to Whiteside. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Stuffs it down with authority.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Cavs at the controls. Sexton to Rodney Hood. Whiteside. Wide open look, won't go.
And as a shooter, this is when you start to second guess your shot. You had 3 wide open shots that you just can't put through the net. But still, keep hunting the shot.
To Colin Sexton. From the painted area, won't go down. Nothing going here on that drive. That's rebounded by the Cavaliers. Sexton to Whiteside. And finishes strong. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Number 2. DeAndre Ayton to Markkanen. Baseline drive. The shot won't fall.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively. This is going to be a dog.
Rose into the front court. Leads 3. Lays it up and in.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple Bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Sexton to Whiteside. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up here.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Hassan Whiteside has got 2 shots coming. Not the best career mark, 62%. First one goes down. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. That's no good. Sexton to Rodney Hood. Beyond the arc for 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Nothing going here on that drive. Rose on the drive, but it won't go down. To Colin Sexton. Here comes the screen. Deep 2 there, won't go. Rose into the front court. Leads 1. Oh, big finish at the rim. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and 1. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Stuffs it down with authority.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's a problem city.
Sexton.
What up, subscribe up, emoji okay.
Nance to Whiteside.
Oh, he sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked.
And he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Sexton. Oh, Carter with the rejection.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, head jab. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter. But still, keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
And a whistle.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Gets a look. Can't hit. Doncic. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
To Rodney Hood. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
Doncic to Wendell Carter. Fires the 3. That's good deal. Shot no good. That's out of bounds off the ball. Doncic to Chris Dunn.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Nothing going here on that drive. Off the penetration, almost, but no good. To Rodney Hood. On the outside, no good. To Chris Dunn. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Chris Dunn trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 69% at the line. Free throw good as he completes the three-point play. The lead is up to 6. Clarkson with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper off the mark. Smith with it up top. Down 4. A lot of contact. No whistle.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Shot in the lane won't go. Clarkson with the basketball. Exactly a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Nice pass to set things up.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
For 3. Clarkson with the basketball. Down 2. Nance. Great pass to set it up. Throws it down.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs to guard on the next play down the court.
Allen Brooks to J.R. Smith. Short jumper misses. Otto Porter. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to lead the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Jordan Clarkson pounds it. Shot off the mark. Has a look. Not that time. Long key from 3/4 court. First quarter's complete. The Bulls have the lead. Second quarter is set to start. Neither team set the tone to start this one. Jay, do you expect that to change?
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has the making to be a big-time game.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Oh, we have a 5-second violation. Nance. Bulls come away with it.
You're going to see a team take the lead here?
Easy pad to the rim.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Clarkson with the basketball. Down just a couple. Here's a chance from long range, and he can't get it to go down. It's no good. To Chris Dunn. And the basket good at the rim.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. you essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Jordan Clarkson able to recover with the block.
Carter sent a message in that one, man.
To Wendell Carter. Free throws coming up.
And as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Wendell Carter at the line. And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Clarkson with the basketball. Now down 6. J.R. Smith with 2.
Well, you know what the old saying is, when you assume you make a, you know what I'm talking about. You can't fault the D too much there. I was expecting to kick out 3.
Done to Luka Doncic from long range. Luka Doncic, marked man, shot all. No good. Ball in possession of Cleveland. Smith. Won't go. DeAndre Ayton to Porter. Porter. 2 for 4 now.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Bulls have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Clarkson with the basketball. Down 8. Short jumper stays out. Porter. To Chris Dunn. Lets it fly from long range. Doncic showing why the Mavs traded up to get him.
And let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Team foul number 1.
Jordan Clarkson at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 80% at the line. Nope, first one does not go. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. That one's going to be out of bounds. Clarkson with the basketball, trailing by 10. To J.R. Smith. Here comes the screen. Beyond the arc for 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
To Chris Dunn. Stuffs it down with authority.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Porter. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Oh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
is good. Finishing off the three-point play. The lead grows to 12. Cleveland has the basketball. Goaltending's called. Count the basket. Substitution being made in this one. Cashes in for two.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Down with the
that Ethan Ralph and Andy Worski had announced that they were going to Miami. So I'm assuming that it's probably safe to say now that Royce and myself will also be going to Miami next week, with the intent of meeting up with Worski, Ethan Ralph, as well as A.G. Luck. It's something that's been in the works for a while, but I didn't want to talk about it on the air because I didn't know that they mentioned it on the air. So I didn't want to fuck them over and be like, yo, we're going to, and then they'll be like, dude, we weren't telling anybody that. So I didn't know it wasn't a surprise, but they are going to head to Miami. And they asked us, I guess, what was it, about a couple weeks ago? When whenever the beef started with Owen Benjamin, Worski reached out to me. Well, A.G. Luck reached out, and they got me and Worski, and then he reached out, and we started talking. And it was brought up then, like, hey, we're going to be in Miami. And we were like, well, we're only, like, a couple hours away. So, so I guess it's safe to say that. So I don't know what kind of content's going to come of it. We're not that tight with these guys. Like, I'm tight with A.G. Luck. The rest of the guys seem all right. I've never really had anything bad to say about Ethan Ralph. And I mean, we had some beef with Worski in the past over some bullshit, but I look forward to it. It'll be nice. It's nice to, like, this will be like the first time that Royce and I have actually met up with other people that kind of do the same thing as us. I don't know, so that's going to be fun. We're gonna hopefully have some fun. We'll hopefully get you guys some content. I used to live in Miami. Royce grew up in Miami. I lived there for a couple of years. Worked in the club scene and stuff, so we kind of know our way around. So it should be fun. It's, I'm not a big fan of Miami. Personally, it's like it's probably like one of my least favorite cities in Florida. But I think it'll be fun. Like I said, me and Royce have never really gotten to hang out with peers, I guess would be the word. You know what I mean? Like people that are at least doing the same thing as us and also taking it like fucking seriously. Which is, you meet other content creators, but they're like, hey, these kind of do this for funsies. Or you meet up with people that are like successful at something, but then they don't know anything about streaming. It'll be nice to like hang out with some people that you can bitch about things that they understand. You can't bitch about a content strike to your girlfriend if she's a hostess at fucking Applebee's. You have to. It's better you hang out with somebody and go, I know, I hate when you gotta deal with that. So that should be fun. Now somebody did send this to me. Now is this, alright. Okay, so is this the dispatch thing? This guy Dispatch, I guess? He's taking credit for this? I guess let's check this out. Actually, first let's do the donuts. First, I don't want that to get like too jacked up here. Well, fuck. Thank you, Zen Rhino. I appreciate you, brother. I gotta make sure I got them. Gotta make sure I got that fucking Miami. Because now I gotta go to Miami, then I gotta go to New York, and then I gotta go on possibly another trip next month.
My son-in-law is so cute. Look at his glasses. What a beautiful boy. Papadee Bouquet.
Papadee Bouquet. Is she Italian? Is that what they're, oh, look at the handsomest of my boys. Thank you very much, Mom. I appreciate that. Alright, so I guess Dispatch is claiming to be behind this. Let's see it.
Typically, you would put it on. You can have a couple times here before, but previously that's known for the fact that got somebody to type up Easton as Ethan. And we've been labeled ever since.
Right to the basket. Oh, highlight moves.
So, can you explain kind of some of the what was dropped last night? I know.
Just flexing on them on both
What was dropped? It's like 6:30 around here. So, okay.
Oh, those bleeps and blops aren't annoying.
Exactly. Rock Circles. And who's that?
Oh, Blook. Oh, that is so annoying, Blook. 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 Can you tell me, who was Doc's place? Yeah, it was this guy, Ross Burley. Can you tell me more about that? Every time I'm at the top, they said, oh my God. This is unlistenable dreck. This is, you gotta say over. This is unlistenable dreck. So tell me, who got doxxed again? Why Stream.me got that? Well, what happened was this is holy fuck. Have some consideration for your listeners.
That is the co-owner on the tech side, I believe. Okay, and then besides Ross, who else? Yeah, I see where you're going. His wife, I don't remember her name, but she's this Romanian of all things as well. So she's a female lead, but she was also doxxed.
You notice these autistic people, they can't get through any conversation without like, that's a reference I understand. I can't listen to these fucking Spurgs. I can't listen to these fucking Spurgs. They are so annoying, and so many of them start following us, and they're so annoying because they think that just referencing things is how you relate to people. Yeah, his wife got doxxed too. She's Romanian. V is also Romanian. Yes, that's good. That's good. Thank you. Fucking autistic people are the worst. That's a reference I understand. We've connected emotionally. It's like every time these motherfuckers go to a restaurant and they walk outside and they see a handicap ramp, they go, hey, look, a handicap ramp. What is Tonka Saw coming here? And nobody understands what the fuck this autist is talking about. You know, Tonka Saw. Get it? Nobody gets your fucking Make your shit. Make your fucking content approachable by normal people. Make your shit so that when people, imagine if people who don't give a fuck about your world are tuning in. Should I have that, you stupid asshole? Would that help? You should probably do better at your content. Be less autistic. She's Romanian, get it? Like V. He's Romanian. That's the joke, that's what I was... Fucking, I hate Spurs. Oh, God. They got I wish they would make a vaccine for autism.
Yeah, and people started to contribute to her. Okay, so after all that information was kind of dropped, what exactly, like just names, address, or was there links and stuff? It was all her info and her work info, and also Vordrak did indeed win in the end. Yeah, Josh eternally PTFO'd.
Oh my God, more references! You know what I mean? Like, oh, you guys get what I'm talking about here? Dude, dude. This fucking blood sports autist crowd is insufferable. They're fucking insufferable. Everything is a reference to a meme. These people are fucking insufferable. You know what this reminds me of? Oh, good. Royce is in the chat. Shout out to Daywave. Subscribe to Daywave Live. Royce will know what I'm talking about. It's like Bobo. Bobo is this retarded fella who everybody in the O&A community used to just like abuse the shit out of and kind of just, I don't know, tool on or whatever. And I was nice to Bobo. I was always nice to him. I got straddled with like the, oh, what are you, the retard's friend? And I was like, nah, I'm like Charlie Sheen and Lucas. You know, I'm a nice guy. And then I raped Corey Haim in between a trailer, allegedly, between shoots. No, but I was just being nice to the guy. But this reminds me of Bobo, where Bobo, all he could talk about were the Mets and Opie and Anthony. That was it. That was it. So whenever you would walk past anything, walk past any billboard, see anything, overhear anything, any conversation, he would relate it back to Mets baseball or Opie and Anthony. That's what these Spurs do. Yeah, so this guy's wife, she was Romanian, like V. Get it? Get it? Because he's Romanian. And we all know this. We're sharing a thing. My goodness. The levels of autism in these people. I don't ever want these fans. I want to make it emphatically clear. I cannot make this any clearer. I do not want any of these fans ever, 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 ever. Okay? I would rather get a fucking phone call from some Romanian telling, or some from Albanian telling me that my niece was fucking taken, and like the fucking Liam Neeson movie. I would rather receive that phone call than to ever count anybody like this among my fan base. Who think that you can connect to human beings. I'm going to reference a thing and shoehorn it into this. Because this too is like this thing. Ugh, sorry, I'm trying. Guys, I'm really fucking trying to get through this.
There's a sense too, like, if Josh hadn't been kicked off of Stream Me, and if Stream Me, like, CEO, admins, team, if they hadn't actually cared about Wardrick and had just ignored him and basically not admitted that he has power over what happens and what is shown on Stream Me, then nobody would have known that that kind of tactic had been, you know, in a sense, viable and it actually has power over them. And Josh explained exactly what needed to be done in a sense in order to, you know, put some power over them.
Yeah, well, Josh actually, I think he's the one that posted the original screen cap as well. I wouldn't be surprised because I do actually watch his shitty YouTube channel, just out of, you know, for background noise. But he's explained in full detail how Wardrak operates anyway. So the beast sort of leaked anyway, and now that the cult of Wardrak has finally come to full fruition, you know, his tactics are in full detail now.
Yeah. So someone's asking what stream. So no stream did it. It was basically. So for those who are out of the loop, the best equivalent would be the hacker known as 4chan on the website.
That too is an internet reference. The hacker known as 4chan, dude. Dude. You Spurs should have stayed in the background. Okay? There's a place for you faggots. As researchers, as people who timestamp videos, make clip channels, update the wikis. But then this fucking invasion started, and suddenly all these Spurs decided, I too am just oozing with charisma, and the world is dying to hear 5,000 people who try to sound exactly like Mr. Medicare. By the way, Mr. Medicare is the fucking Dane Cook of YouTube, okay? 10 years ago, 12 years ago, Dane Cook started doing stand-up, and every goofy, wacky, good-looking guy thought, I could do stand-up and act exactly like Dane Cook on stage. And now you got 1,000 streamers who sound, they use the exact fucking cadence and the exact fucking headset and the exact fucking everything as Mr. Medicare. Like, it's the same thing. Somewhere along the way, a bunch of people who have no business on a microphone decided to get on a microphone. I too can reference these things. Yeah, I will do a show where I'm an internet historian. I hate to fucking break it to you kiddos, but you ain't no Mr. Medicare. Okay? You ain't no Jim.
Right. It was dropped. But to those who are in the know, it was dropped on Cal last night.
Us in the know? Because you have the internet?
Do we know beyond that? So can I show some of these emails now?
Did you scrub out my name?
I just have the ones that have the dispatches dumb. I can thank you right now.
So I guess that's it. Some fags doxed the guy's wife and kids and did some really deplorable things that I'm not going to really even get into the detail of. And now we don't have a viable alternative to stream on when YouTube decides to fuck with us. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? So, I don't know what the future's going to hold for us. I really don't. We're still trying to fight Feld right now. We have still have yet to submit our official counter notification. We wanted to have somebody with a more legal brain help us to tweak the letter we're sending. Okay, there we go. Somebody gave me a timestamp. I guess sadly we got to go back to this horrible stream, but at least we're going to get the timestamp we needed. 33:11. Okay. Let me see here. Yeah, we just want to make sure we have all the ducks in a row because we're going to be going after Feld, and it looks like these guys are not going to let up. They've started blocking people's emails. We talked about on RTC today. I mean, Royce went so far as to hunt down their old private investigator guy, and that dude basically implied some pretty dark shit. So now I got the timestamps. I guess this is when he.
He's one of the guys from CAVS. That's kind of all the information I have on him. But the way he views things is he's an accelerationist. So basically,
oh, good. Another wannabe supervillain.
To the Spy Club, sent in the emails, the IDs, and I guess I could show that too. Show the email there. People don't close companies because of a dox. Yeah. So that's that. The gun played stupid games. Stream Me won. Stream Me showed its weakness. Stream Me showed that it cared about, they weren't super interested in one way or the other, or enforcing the rules in such ways that they kind of just showed where their weak spot was with Josh, and because of that, it was kind of easy to target them. $10 bet. If it was Plate Gang plus Zoom, I win. Make your choice who it was, you win. I know who it was. It was this guy. This guy I have here. He's the one who emailed and threw up enough info. So he provided enough info to you to know he's not LARPing. Yeah, I've talked to him for a while. Ralph names a Jew. Shit talks on the back. That's more. Yeah. I just woke up. What the fuck happened to the disgusting sweaty gunt? It's essentially killed Stream Me. Will be interesting to see. Gold Star won? Yes, Gold Star definitely won in this
Gold Star 1. Vengeance for Gold Star.
Yep. Get that stream
Where
shut
is
down
this?
the first day, now the whole platform is gone. So some people are asking kind of like why. You know, they're seeing this, you know, and I explained that, you know, you've done the same thing with Spike Club, but I want you to explain in your words.
It's just fun. And fuck Ethan Ralph, he's a garbage human. You know, as Queen of the... And...
So what does that have to do with, you know, this is what I don't like about these pieces of shit. This is what I fucking hate about these pieces of shit. Fuck Ethan Ralph. Okay, you know what? Fine. Fuck Ethan Ralph. But what about everyone else? What about everyone else? There are a lot of people I don't like. But I wouldn't burn down a whole building to get one guy I don't like. What is with this fucking moral nihilism that all of these fucking autistic pieces of shit have? Who gives a shit if you don't like Ralph? Who gives a fuck? So fuck Ralph and fuck everyone else on the platform. Katie Scarlett, garbage human is a new cool insult. Fucking these people are all parrots. They're all parrots. Yeah, I don't know. So that's all I got what I got out of this. You know, look, if Ice Poseidon had nothing to do with it, then so be it. But, you know, Ice Poseidon does have a lot of shady shit going on. All that shit aside. And you know what? When I got your fans now, when I got his fans coming after me, in fact, let's get into that because, you know what? I'll admit, if Ice Poseidon had nothing to do with this, maybe he had nothing to do with it. Maybe I jumped the gun a little bit, right? But his fans have been threatening me all day. I have been getting threats like this one, where this guy says, yo, scumbag, we got you. Jupiter police gonna Jupiter, right? Because I live in Jupiter, Florida. Police are gonna track your ass down, and guess what? We got you. Thanks a lot letting us know who you were. And Google is all over your IP address. You're dead moose meat. And after they disclose who you are, I'm gonna send my boys to come see you. These are Ice Poseidon fans who tell me things like, they try to get the, look at this. Is it copy pasta? Well, he's not the only one who threatened me. And you know what? You want to threaten me, but these people are trying to get the police after me. Where is this guy? I might have muted him because I muted a lot of these assholes. But there are people who are trying to get the FBI after me, the Orlando Police Department after me. All I wrote was that if I found out that Ice Poseidon was behind this massive apocalypse of streamers, that he would pay for it. And I meant that. I meant that. When I say that I will make you pay, I always mean that. Doesn't mean I'm going to hurt you. But when I have people tagging the FBI and the police department, this shit kind of bugs me. And it makes me want to go after people more. Is this it? They deleted some of it. Now, I do want to, actually, you know what? I got to play this clip for you guys. Okay, this was fun today. Okay, this was fun. We of course had our episode of Revenge of the Sith today. Some of you guys may may have actually noticed we had a celebrity in our ranks today. I'm trying to find it now, but we
You just go to stream.m. Put all your fucking video up on a website and host it. And then write a report on it and go look at what I found at stream.me.
I don't know where it is. Somebody might actually have to find me a timestamp.
People love rabbit hole. I'm not saying it's mind control. I'm just saying. No, I don't want to go. Yeah, this whole thing stinks. We moved to Japan twice. We can talk about that all you want, right?
I'm trying to find the timestamp from the.
So, anything else with the stream dive? Anything?
Okay, so it was after that. All right.
He doesn't have his stream.me account anymore.
All right, I gotta find it.
I don't know. I don't really.
Okay, here it is. It's around here. So Adam, I guess Adam22, the verified no jumper account popped into our live stream today. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the No Jumper Show, the No Jumper podcast, but he's a rap guy. He's some wigger dude, skater guy, white dude, face tattoos, LA trashy guy, who had recently had a slew of different women come out and accuse him of sexual assault, of a bunch of stuff, just a lot of sinister shit. And he popped into somebody wrote a SoundCloud CEO. So anyway, he did it. His verified account popped into our live show today and made an appearance. And here's what he was greeted with.
It's these guys that fucking trust any of them. You know what I mean? I'm not saying to trust them. I think there's a ground somewhere in the middle where you go, but also let's not accuse them of anything until we know. You know what I mean? I don't want to be the guy. I wouldn't want somebody to accuse us of something unless we had a chance to fucking at least talk about it first. You know what I mean?
It's fair, man. It's just whole fucking thing, man.
We get. I don't want to go fucking head in on somebody without. I will go in on somebody. We're about to do felt entertainment stuff, but I want to have like facts. I don't want to go with.
Oh, shout out! Hey, no jumpers in the chat room, guys. Hide your wives, hide your daughters, hide your girls.
Who?
It's the guy with the face tattoos. It's always allegedly, doing bad things to women.
I don't know. I don't really. You get deeper.
It's not that deep. It was a fucking Daily Mail article. It's not like it's deep.
No,
it's mainstream news.
I'm saying you get deeper than I do with the. What I meant to say is with the YouTube streamers. Than I. You know what
he's
I'm saying?
He's like a 40-something-year-old guy that listens to rap and has face tattoos, and he's always under fucking rape allegations.
Shout out.
Hey, good. Big time, guys.
I don't understand what's. I don't understand why. Look, look. I'll be honest. It does suck.
So I just wanted to play that clip because somebody actually appreciated it. I guess. Somebody wrote. Days of Noah wrote. Spitting on No Jumper's forged cool card was imperial. Grossly underrated trollery. Hats off. He was like, by the way, for those of you wondering, his comment was, he went into our chat room and he was like, Ice made you. Ice made all of you. And I was like, yeah, okay, beat it, you fucking alleged rapist. Nobody cares, stupid. You're a 40-year-old white man who clings to young black rappers and has face tattoos. You're just an old wigger. You're an old wigger. That's embarrassing, right? There are two things in this world that are fucking depressing. Aging porn actresses who are trying to find a new avenue to be relevant in, You know? Well, I used to do porn, but I'm going to do cooking videos on YouTube now. And you're like, you're old. People want to watch you get drilled by black guys. That's your talent. Bye. Bye. The second most depressing thing in the world is an aging wigger. Old wiggers are fucking clowns. They're embarrassing. You see a white guy with a face tattoo with gray hair in his beard like me, and he's like, hey, what up, dog? Hey, what's good, blood? Yo, what's good, my homie? And you're like, you're an old white man. So, that was fun. I thought that was a lot of fun to at least take that little shot at a real dirtbag. So yeah, I don't know what the future's going to hold. I certainly hope that Memeology doesn't get in trouble now with this with having Ethan Ralph on. Something needs to be done soon, because just as we said on RTC earlier today, this is going to lead to more people getting censored now. Now that YouTube knows that nobody has any place to go, that's it. We're going to be completely fudged when it comes to this. So, let me see here. What is, let's see what this is. Somebody has this. Okay, this is, oh, I can't play that because it's going to get hit with a fucking strike. People gotta stop sending me things that have music and things. Okay, let's do this.
If it's not too expensive.
Hi guys, I use FAM because I don't talk like a grown adult. Watch Baked Alaska, and if that's not gay enough for you, I regurgitate the most pedestrian and uninteresting remarks in the chat. Everyone's favorite bitch.
Wow, Alice, they're not fans of you.
Still sends her condolences.
Oh no. What happened? Where's the thing? Why didn't your media play? I saw it loading. Oh, there it is, because it was a pause. This was a terrible media. Okay, now we have to watch this.
If it's not too expensive.
All right, we'll load that up.
Hey,
I'll load that up. I'll play it
Mitch,
before the break.
Just wanted to tell you something important. Did you know that at Olive Garden, when you're here, your family?
It's just like Italy. Bada bing. Joe Matarese, Joe Matarese really needs to be the new voice of Olive Garden. It's just...
While we are on meme references, I'm betting Sam Hyde actually was the one that killed, am I right? Eh? Get it? Cause, picture of Sam Hyde with milk. Yeah.
You know what, Filipino Shayla, that's different. Because even that...
If it's not too expensive.
The fucking Jews at the top of DC took down Here You Are. Merch. Just sitting down doing nothing. Everyone here needs to stop listening and prepare to take action. Join my Discord and we'll plan the assault.
Guys, I wouldn't advise joining that Discord. There's something about that Nazi Truther 1488 guy and his discord.gg/not CIA server that really doesn't sit right with me. And I don't want you guys to put yourselves in harm's way. So don't go to that. Not go to that. I think that's a problem. It might be a honeypot. Who was with Trolita played? No! No! I can't even... No! What is this? What is this? You look like you're gonna. This rap is gonna kill you.
You know, finish as long as I read a dirt road or a stake in my lane. I'm just a badass nigga that's pretty true.
What is this?
I can't even move my fucking knees, but I still kick it all day. You can wither away like the tulips and develop inside. Cause I
Oh, shit.
Having sex with more me's, they were pelting my ass. And once they go for a girl, they just ain't never been back.
Major League swag out.
Vagina ain't handicapped, so what I can't walk, my vagina ain't handicapped. Vagina ain't handicapped.
Vagina ain't handicapped. Vagina ain't handicapped. Oh,
Most of the time when I talk, my vagina ain't handicapped. You never see me all timidly, rolling balls and aching mix. Summer and habit girls, I'm profound in bed. Must be hurricane season, no choice. But baby, if you worried, it's still 10%. So you can't completely can't take down this snitch. Pictures of my
yeah, get it, get it, get it.
and my real physically, it's funny you ask. Because they do 50%, more safety, more money on test. Independent women, imagine race in the best in the place. Cause more people are supposed to be at the staircase. I tear face with the bricks of me without reluctant certainty. My vagina ain't handicapped.
See, your vagina's not handicapped, boys. Get on it. Get on it, JF. Yeah. Get it. Get it.
My vagina ain't handicapped. Vagina ain't handicapped. So what I can't block. My vagina ain't handicapped. Vagina ain't handicapped.
Yo, she got the hook down. Send in the Marines. We'll fuck anything, somebody says. That is not far from the truth. They will legit fuck anything. Thank you for that, Charlie. And yeah, we are blaming you for that. That was you. That was on you. Now, I did want to get into, now, since Ice Poseidon's, that's very funny. I gotta read that super chat. Whoever made that Jean-Francois Gariepi YouTube account, that is a very good. He got the fucking avatar and everything. All right. I do want to get into some more Ice Poseidon stuff because, because people went after me in his fan base, and I know he didn't, but. I do know this. I do know that Stream.me is down and that all the people that work there are going to be working on this project now. Where Ice and all these other guys get to stream. Even though the smaller content creators at Stream.me are fucked. They're completely fucked right now. So we're going to get into that, all kinds of other stuff. Tell you what I'm going to take a quick, brief break. We're going to regroup here real quick to be back. Record some night wave here in just a little bit. Let me do these, super chat. I didn't take Adderall tonight. That's part of the reason why I'm a little elevated.
Right side. Short jumper misses. Goes into the front court. His guys holding a big lead. Pass stolen by the Cavs.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate.
Sleep for this.
You have no chance, but if you're able to
For her dual loyalty, and they've attacked others too. Anybody that brings it up, they try to shut you down and not have any honest conversation about this. And they say, here's Linda Sarsour is accused, slammed for accusing Jews of dual loyalty. They've done the same thing to the other Palestinian and Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib. Trump and then they even got Trump for this. Trump just accused Jews of loving Israel, not America, and his fans cheered anyway. Guess what? It's because Trump knows they're Israel first, they know they're Israel first, and they don't even hide it. It's not a secret. They're very proud. Trump is the most Zionist president ever. We got Ben Shapiro again calling out Ilhan Omar, saying, should I keep up the anti-Semitic comments? He says no, and she goes, I'll take that as a yes. Joking about her and Elliot's Elliot Abrams. So here's Elliot Abrams, who is a former Project for a New American Century neocon Zionist supremacist, as I'll show you in a second how he's a supremacist, known as the Shadow Viceroy. There he is with Shimon Peres. He, Trump's draining the swamp. That's why he's putting Bush-era neocons who already had to be pardoned for crimes, war crimes down in South America, Iran-Contra, and other issues. And now he's back to go back to South America to take down Venezuela, no joke. He wrote a book, Faith or Fear, How Jews Can Survive in a Christian America, with that little Star of David symbolism down there highlighted. This is a real book. It's in Google Earth. You can find it yourself. This is the quote here. Abrams' strong opinions extend to the religious and national identity of U.S. Jews. He's a radical separatist. U.S. Jews are separatists. Abrams argues that Jews should not date or attend elementary schools with non-Jews. According to Abrams, quote, outside the land of Israel, there can be no doubt that Jews faithful to the covenant between God and Abraham are to stand apart from the nation in which they live. Stand apart from the nation in which they live. And we're not allowed to ask about dual loyalty. Ben Shapiro talks trash about her, calls her anti-Semitic, when this guy is an open Israel firster. It is the very nature of being Jewish to be apart, except in Israel, from the rest of the population. And then he tries to go on and give a disclaimer that this doesn't mean that you're disloyal, but of course they'll tell you that. They won't tell you to your face that they're disloyal. Here's an opinion piece out of the Forward. They have a bunch of articles today all about how anti-Semitic Omar is, but here's one defending it and being proud. Headline, Why American Jews Shouldn't Be Afraid to Put Israel First. Shouldn't be afraid, so they're open about it now. And it says, yet it's also time to stop pretending that the loyalties of some American Jews, not all, we don't claim all, we know some Jews don't care at all about Israel, or they're anti-Israel even. Some American Jews aren't divided between Israel and America. Of course they are. There's just nothing wrong with it. Divided. There's nothing wrong with being divided. Would your wife or husband be okay with your loyalty being divided? I don't think so. There's just nothing wrong with it. Nor is there anything uniquely Jewish about this. Yeah, show me any other group from around the world that has more influence than the Israeli lobby in America. You won't find that in any other country anywhere. You'll find plenty of similar cases in other places. No, you don't. And then they say, so this is at a minimum, watch. The truth is that any American Jew who doesn't care as much about Jewish state as he or she does about the United States can't be very identified with the Jewish people. So they don't consider you a Jew, a good Jew. In their litmus test is you have to care just as much at a minimum, 50-50, you have to care about Israel as much as America. That is sad. That is sad. And the epitome and the embodiment of this type of mindset is really shown in this little Zionist troll, Jacob Wohl. Here he is retweeting the article I just quoted from. This is the young face of Jewish Trump supporters. Just got kicked off of Twitter for his schemes. Jacob Wohl, look at this mindset. I am the MAGA movement's resident Zionist. He's a Zionist. He's a single-issue voter, Israel. How many Jews in America, Zionist Jews more specifically, is this their case that all they care about is more money to Israel, more protection for Israel, more devotion and loyalty and commitment to Israel? And they only vote on everything, only how it relates to Israel. You even say you're in the pro-Israel lobby. That's your first and foremost. You support politicians who want to give more money to your country, like Lindsey Graham in foreign aid and all of Congress. And then you want to go to war for Israel, go to war with Israel's enemies, and send American soldiers to go die and put our country into debt by paying for these unjustified wars. Calling for more wars, more murder, that's okay. Supporting Adelson puppets like little Marco Rubio, who passes this anti-BDS bill, and you support this. You don't want Americans to be able to peacefully protest and vote with their dollars and boycott a foreign country. We have to pledge, and that's punishing and doing a chilling effect and intimidating businesses that want to stand up and support it, because you won't ever get the contracts, you will be blacklisted, you will be attacked, you will be boycotted yourself. And which that would be fair to do boycotts. You can do competitive boycotts, but you can't only allow state-sanctioned, whoever controls local and state governments, to decide who gets the contract. Systematically only giving money and contracts to pro-Israel companies. Pretty soon there'll only be no big contract monopoly pro-Israel companies, which basically already is the case. And then long live Zionism. Yeah, anybody that claims to be MAGA or America First or support Trump and be an American patriot shouldn't be flying this flag, and we see it all too much. And then, we're not allowed to talk about their influence anymore. People go crazy. I'm going to exercise my First Amendment rights to be a journalist and expose this stuff. Jerusalem Post. U.S. Jews contribute half of all donations to the Democratic Party. Can't talk about the control, can't talk about if any of their loyalty is to Israel. A Jerusalem Post again, a 32-year-old Jewish billionaire tops Clinton donor roll. Clinton campaign tally shows 5 top donors are Jewish. It's worse than that. Forbes, the top donors backing Hillary Clinton's super PAC. I went and looked up every one of these names. I mean, it's not hard. Sabin, Simmons, Soros, Pritzker, Sussman, Woods, Abraham Sandler, Shaw, Laffer, Ekenar, Stryker, Lee, Spielberg, Schwartz, Moisen, Katzenberg, Silberstein. I looked them all up, all but one. 19 out of 20. And, I mean, they'll say this is anti-Semitic, even though it's statistical fact. Statistical, verifiable fact. And then you have to go, devote and worship their religious sites. Trump was the first sitting president to go do it. You have to go grovel to AIPAC, one of the biggest lobbies and most influential, powerful lobbies in the United States. All of them go, both bipartisan support, both sides of the aisle. And it's on both sides, the left and the right. Jewish donors prominent in presidential campaign contributions. This was back with Obama in 2012. Sheldon Adelson was the biggest giver overall, and even Obama's top 2 donors are also Jewish. A guy on the right, a guy known as the Kingmaker, an Israeli firster known as the Kingmaker, the single person to whom both the Prime Minister of Israel and the President of the United States owe everything. Sheldon Adelson, openly there's articles about him buying the presidency, and he's an Israel firster, and we can't even talk about dual loyalty. And Trump might as well resign and call himself an anti-Semite for this tweet he did back in 2015. Sheldon Adelson is looking to give big dollars to Rubio because he feels he can mold him into his perfect little puppet. I agree. And I'm sorry, Trump, but we all agree now that you are Adelson's little puppet. And we're going to be talking about it and talking about his loyalty to Israel, and you're not going to make it illegal. This was old Trump before he took the money.
You're not going to support me, even though you know...
Or not even before he took the money. He could have just been saying this to dog whistle and using Cambridge Analytica and doing what he had to do to fool a bunch of people that know about Zionist control and thought we were actually getting somebody that would really drain the swamp and actually be different and stand up to the
You're not going to support me, even though you know I'm the best thing that could ever happen to Israel, and I'll be that. And I know why you're not going to. You're not going to support me because I don't want your money. You don't want to give me money, okay? But that's okay. You want to control your own politician. That's fine.
So it sounds pretty anti-Semitic by their standards. Where's all the outrage for that? And not that I want outrage. That's not anti-Semitic. What Omar's saying isn't anti-Semitic. But that's the narrative, and that's the debate that's happening right now, the false dichotomy. The left is pointing to the right and saying, you're anti-Semitic and you're a hypocrite and you're the problem. And the right is pointing to the left and saying the same thing. So they're bipartisanly agreeing that anti-Semitism is a huge problem and the crackdowns are coming. I did the documentary months ago. The truth about anti-Semitism, showing this big lead up with the huge crescendo and the pretext with the Tree of Life shooting, and now the crackdown is coming harder. So Sheldon Adelson, Trump's top contributor, all the Republicans' top contributor for years, gives Trump super PAC $25 million. He pledged him $100 million, but didn't give all that. Sheldon Adelson gave $5 million for the inauguration. New York Times, Trump inaugural drew big dollars from donors with vested interest. Yeah, he just supports him because he's good for Israel. No, there's strings attached. That's why he sat right behind him at inauguration, because he's his little puppet, and his wife got the top medal. And this is how much of an Israel firster he is. They'll call me anti-Semitic for saying that he has loyalty to Israel, even though I'm just quoting a clip of his own words. They'll claim this is hateful, racist, and anti-Semitic, even though any good patriot, it's not just our right to stand up and talk about this, it's our obligation to talk about this. The Founding Fathers would be rolled in their graves if they saw the level of foreign influence over America.
I am not Israeli. The uniform that I wore in the military, unfortunately, was not an Israeli uniform. It was an American uniform.
Oh my gosh. He is disappointed. Unfortunately, he didn't wear an American uniform, or he wore an American uniform and not an Israeli uniform. Talk about loyalty. Talk about loyalty. I won't play it again because somebody got mad.
Although my wife was in the IDF, and
he's giving millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars to the IDF, and then here's the kicker.
All we care about is being good Zionists, being good citizens of Israel. All we care about is being good Zionists, good citizens of Israel.
Sheldon Adelson is all Israel all the time. Israel firster. Exactly what he is. One public policy issue on his agenda, Israel. But we're not allowed to talk about loyalty. Oh, and by the way, Sheldon Adelson, I think the clip's in here, but I'll say it now. He gave $100,000 to Trump's nominee for the anti-Semitism envoy czar, the head of the anti-Semitism envoy. Sheldon Adelson's puppet as well. I wonder if he's going to use that czar to shut down people from talking about his pro-Israel ideologies. $200 million is how much he donated into the midterms in 2000. But actually, that's 2000. No, that's 2016 on the elections. Adelson sits and watches the midterms with Trump, and Adelson funds. Talk about loyalty. Adelson funds Birthright Israel. All in all, with the Seal of Solomon and the all-seeing eye symbolism. Adelson, as well as Bronfman and many other Zionist fundness, and this is just screams another perfect example of the dual loyalty. Birthright Israel is all about, it's a program for a 10-day free trip, all expenses paid trip for young Jewish adults aged 18 to 32. They want to bring them to Israel to make Aliyah, and that is, in Hebrew, the immigration of Jews from the diaspora to the land of Israel, defined as the act of going up, that is towards Jerusalem. Making Aliyah by moving to the land of Israel is one of the most basic tenets of Zionism. The state of Israel's law of return gives Jews and their descendants automatic rights regarding residency and Israeli citizenship. So basically every Jew around the world is an Israeli citizen if they just decide to go there, which is one of the basic tenets of Zionism. So the basic tenets of Zionism is to really be a citizen of Israel.
Otis is one of the most powerful
Birthright Israel.
in WWE. He's got fragile feelings, unfortunately, which doesn't bode well for Curtis Axel. Sensitive
Yeah, he's a strong guy. He can't have feelings. Not everyone doesn't have a soul like you.
Oh, and look at the clubbing blows now by Otis. Tag made. Here comes Tucker of Heavy Machinery. And Curtis Axel of the whole team. Here's the cover by Tucker. Hook to the leg. Kick out at 2. B-Team former tag team champions.
Out of the way just in time is Curtis Axel. You got a veteran former tag team champion like Curtis Axel in there. Got to give him the advantage over Tucker Nate, who's still relatively new to the WWE universe.
Yeah, you would imagine, but I mean, as soon as Otis gets back in here, that's where the strength lies here in Heavy Machinery. So Tucker better show up tonight.
Oh! Tuck now. Look at this, that's innovative. Dallas just got spiked.
I think that's just a little bit of mistakes and weights that we're talking about here at Heavy Machinery.
Otis, whose hero in life is Gritty, the Flyers mascot.
What do you have against Otis? Why do you have a problem with him?
Where do I begin?
He's the guy who moves.
Big move right on the ear. Bo Dallas would love to fight his team back into title contention. Here it comes.
No!
Oh! Double team. Covered by Otis. Down goes the B team.
Clarkson to Alec Burks. To Clarkson. From the painted area, won't go down. Fires the three. No good. That's great defense. Clarkson to Whiteside. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
And he's fouled. He's going to the line for two.
Ed and I want to go home too, but fouls like that only stop the clock for all of us.
For the Chicago.
Wendell Carter. He's got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet.
Look at these right hands. I know Otis had a big lunch today. Hawkins and Ryder, great tag team.
Oh, P.
STO's Russian leg sweep cover here by Hawkins.
And now it's Tucker saving things for his team.
Big right hand from Tucker.
Oh, both up and over.
Well, the match continues. Heavy Machinery's won 2 matches so far.
Whoa!
Pow! You guys see the height Hawkins just got?
Don't make Otis mad.
Steaks and weights, baby.
What did you say one time? Steaks and donuts or something?
I said Mexican ham.
That's gonna make me lose my mind.
Caterpillar! Cover! Hook of the leg! Heavy Machinery runs the gauntlet!
Here are your winners, Heavy Machinery.
Don't make fun of Otis. I make him mad.
Yeah, hope he comes from here and teaches your ass a lesson.
Lesson learned.
About an hour later, Ambrose finds Reigns like in the goddamn boiler room or something. I don't know where they're at, but Reigns is like, "We gotta stop meeting like this," and I'm like, "Sir?"
What? What he said was, I thought we stopped hanging out in places like this a few years ago, and I thought it was a cute touch, you know, because they used to do all those backstage like shaky cam promos. But
okay,
that was
you're
fun.
right.
Listen, here's the deal. I will say this: Man Bun, Roman Reigns, just hanging out in his merch in the ring. That guy is so much more likable than, you know, than Body Armor.
That's Big Dog.
Yeah, wet hair, hanging out everywhere, like forcing it. Like this guy just being chill. I totally would hang out with that guy. The other dude, the Big Dog, that guy, come on.
Yeah, I can't get behind anybody that wears fingerless gloves. Rollins finds Ambrose later and says that brothers fight and that they are wrestling soulmates. To which Ambrose replies with, "Man, you want to talk about the biggest rejection. Telling somebody they're your soulmate and they say, 'Sorry, I'm preoccupied. I can't reform our wildly popular stable.' That is the equivalent of 'I'm washing my hair that night,' if I have ever heard it."
He even quotes Hall & Oates. He says, "No can do."
Backstage, Lio Rush, Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley are interviewed, and they take a crap on half of the babyface roster. The Shield, Angle, Balor, all that. Anybody they can fit in.
Yeah. Anybody who's higher on the totem pole than walks around backstage in a Michael Che and Colin Jost promo, those guys got it from Baron and Bobby and Drew.
They sure did. In the match, it was Lashley, Corbin, and McIntyre defeating Balor, Kurt Angle, and Braun Strowman. Strowman choke shoves Corbin over the top rope. Man, this new camera angle, I'm really able to accentuate choke shoves. Now in 4K VR, the Fight podcast. and sends him into the guardrail. This match is cut, copy, paste, all that stuff. It is.
Yeah.
Babyface takes over, babyface gets cut off. Commercial, hot tag after the commercial. Any tag match that goes 2 segments, or the 2 segments does that.
Yeah.
And that's what we get. With the one exception of the highlight being Strowman and Balor hit their finishes on Corbin. And then Lio Rush yanks Balor out. Braun runs around the ring. Lashley moves. And Lio gets mowed down.
Yeah.
And I tweeted, whatever heat he had needs to go away backstage. He took one for the team. This was the modern day Bill Alfonso bleeding himself to death in a match with Beulah. Because this is about as close as you're going to get to that. Lio Rush ate it.
Yeah. Lio Rush gives up 230 pounds to Braun Strowman. He gives up Elias, basically, to Braun Strowman. Like, that's nuts. And he took it, right? Full force, through the barricade. Man, that was nuts. Listen, Lio Rush is great in the ring, but he's not going to be for too many years if you keep making him prove himself getting steamrolled by a 385-pound rampaging hillbilly. It's just not a good idea.
That was insane. Lashley hits that terrible-looking flipping spear to win. I don't get it. The flip spear that he or Moose do. I don't understand it.
There's no possible reason for it. Like, physically, in the laws of physics, you would have to, you force yourself to do a somersault while you're spearing somebody. Like, that's not a thing your body does naturally, and it doesn't make the spear hit harder. It's just a dumb flourish that adds nothing to anything.
It takes away.
The reason is because you can't have 2 guys on the roster both doing a regular spear. Like, you know, how if you're playing 2K19 and you're going between 2 spears, how will you know which one to assign your theater wrestler of Bobby Lashley?
So, I'll compare this to a move that Adam Page does. Adam Hangman Page, I've interviewed him several times, have an exclusive up on Fightful right now with him, actually, where he lets us know that he did not inform his family that he would be hauled off by penis druids at All In. A shock, I'm sure, but he does a shooting star shoulder block off the apron, in which very clearly slows his momentum. A regular shoulder block off the apron would increase that. What Lashley does only serves to slow his momentum. I don't know how. Why wouldn't, if he was going to do that, why wouldn't he just cannonball them standing up? I don't quite get it, but hey. The heels then beat up Balor really bad, choke slamming him onto steel stairs. They got to book these guys so heavy on heat because they spent the first month of this new fan-friendly era beating these guys so much. They spent a month and a half having Dolph Ziggler get over on Drew McIntyre a bunch of times that he didn't need, because where has Dolph been since the Royal Rumble? Apparently he wasn't lying about that hiatus.
Yeah, no, he's doing comedy. Listen, we've talked about this ad nauseum. I cannot believe how white hot of a giant monster babyface versus a giant monster heel who shows no fear of that babyface they had brewing in November, just as Roman went on the show. Like, you could have run Braun versus Drew in just brutal hoss battles for several months, and just now their feud would be cooling off. But instead, you nerfed both of them, and now you've got this point where, like, we'll talk about this later. Braun's probable WrestleMania match is really not going to be great, and Drew's playing second fiddle to Baron Corbin in a stable that, you know, also includes Bobby Lashley. I mean, I don't know what they did.
Just throw them together, man. Just throw them together. I don't understand it. Today I learned that Colin Jost of SNL wore regular clothes, something I had never seen before. He and Michael Shea are backstage with Stephanie McMahon. They're going to be WrestleMania correspondents. I don't know what that means. If that means that they are backstage, and I have reached out to WWE. Usually, that's the type of thing that WWE's PR just immediately, as soon as it happens on screen, they're in my inbox with a statement. SNL stars to service correspondents. Have not heard yet. I've been told that this is not the return of guest hosts. It's not going to be a regular thing. Michael Shea Babyfaces, who legitimately has one of the best stand-up comedies I've seen in recent memory. Colin Jost heels. Now, while some of their material was flat out stupid, I thought both of these delivered it in a pro wrestling way about as best they could.
Yeah, I guess. And there was a thing like the idea that I think over the weekend, Jost made.
Harvard student doing my taxes, I got friends. I put rings on them hundreds, I married. You see my money and ice everywhere on them. And we each other cause we don't cherish them. But we don't leak out that info, we can't embarrass them. Can't leave the country, but I got my beef from London.